Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. Before we get into today's investigation, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post the drama. Trisha PAYTAS made a video yesterday titled Meet My Alters, Dissociative Identity Disorder, and the video got a lot of hate, as we can see here by her like to dislike ratio. So basically a lot of people believe that she's making this up for views. Now literally the top comment read, "This is absolutely disgusting. Trisha, you've gone way too far at this point. The amount of apology videos you make but you still continue to do absolutely stupid and immoral things blatantly proves that you make no effort to even learn from your mistakes. It's disturbing how far you've gotten with these sick lies, for profit, and haven't even had the right amount of punishment for it. Disgusting. You have no idea how people with DID suffer in day-to-day lives, neither do I to an extent, but with input from my friend who has been professionally diagnosed with it, it's a real difficult disorder to deal with. And the fact that you're pretending to suffer with this, I just can't put into words how repulsive that is to me. I can't believe it. Sort yourself out, Trisha, now." So a lot of people aren't happy with Trisha's video, and then one YouTuber called Anthony Padilla had made comments about her video on his Instagram. He had said, "Claiming you have dissociative identity disorder is not a cool excuse to mock people in the community and call them crazy." Now for some reason this one comment pissed Trisha off so much that she not only made a video about him, where she'd said in the video Anthony doesn't look like he has depression, Trisha also took to her Instagram story for a very lengthy amount of time just going off. Like, she absolutely flipped. And honestly, I think she was meaning to go off at her fans, not this one comment another YouTuber had made, but you can't really go off at the entire internet without getting way more backlash, so I think that's why she went off at Anthony. Here's what she had to say.
"Hi, Anthony Padilla. I saw that you called me trash on your Instagram story because you say I'm claiming to have a mental disorder and that I'm mocking the people with a similar mental disorder as me. Well, you dumb piece of shit. I am ashamed, embarrassed, and scared that you are a mental health advocate and that people are coming onto your show to share their stories, to have an open and safe discussion when you just accuse me of claiming that I have a disorder. Oh, you have depression, anxiety. Are you sure about that, Anthony? Because you look fine. Are you claiming to have anxiety just to be cool, you dumb piece of shit? Me, you don't know what goes on inside my head. You've never been in a relationship with me. You're not related to me. You don't even know me, you dumb piece of shit. Can you imagine waking up every morning not knowing who the f you are? Can you imagine being in a relationship with someone and all of a sudden you're switching, you're a different person? Like, who was that? That was a different person. Do you know how f***ing scary that is? You dumb piece of shit. And to call me f***ing trash for sharing my mental health struggles and not anyone else's, not any of your stupid people that you exploit? You're exploitative. You're a person, and I am so scared for anyone to go on your show so you can make money and you can be like this white knight and all this shit like that, and then you just turn around telling me what I have, telling me the mental disorders that are in my head. You dumb piece of shit. Not go anywhere near mental health, mental illness, or any of that shit. You're not a doctor. You don't know me. Don't analyze me until you have snapped at your own family, until you've lost your mind on people you love and they're too scared to be around you. Don't tell me the struggles that I have in my head and what I claim to be. My truth is my truth, and now you're just bandwagoning on. It's cool to hate Trish. It's cool to mock Trish. It's cool because it's fine. Trish is that. Trish is this. Don't tell me how I think what's in my head, you dumb piece of shit. Struggling with something serious, don't go on Anthony's show. I get it. You want clout and you want attention, and like, you know, you have your own YouTube channel you're trying to promote and shit. But if you're really trying to raise awareness for something, don't go on Anthony. He literally just told me that I'm claiming to be something and I'm mocking a community that I myself have very, very much been a part of. Whether they want to accept me or not, it's what I have. It's what I deal with. Call it what you want. Just because you have DID yourself or multiple personality, you don't get to judge the cases of others. Oh no, you don't. It's not severe. It's not like that. This isn't it. My mom, ask my sister, ask Jason, ask Sean, ask anyone I've ever been close with in my life how I can turn and switch into a person they don't know, that I don't know. It's terrifying. It's scary. I seek help. I say this with so much certainty. Anthony Padilla is the scum of the earth, claiming he knows what it's like to have mental illness and have mental health struggles, and tell someone else they're mocking it because they're sharing their story or because of who I am. I'm all of a sudden mocking it. People tell me all the time, "What personality is this, Trish? This girl has mental issues. She needs help. Seek help." And the minute I open up about my struggles, it's used against me. Dumb piece of shit. I just saw his slide right after it too, after saying like I'm mocking the community. Guess what? He promotes his own shitty video. Way to be an exploitative piece of shit. Call me out because that's the cool thing to do, and then also, hey guys, watch my videos for people who actually have it. You dumb piece of shit. Most pathetic excuse of a human I've ever met. trying to get in with the mental illness community by saying you yourself have anxiety and depression. Well, I'm going to go by your logic and say you're just claiming that you're just trying to be a part of something to get those views because you were going down, and now you're like, let me just say I have this too. That's exactly what you're saying to me. So are you claiming to have something you don't just so you can get in with these people? You're offering them clout? Because you're like, I do have it too? Idea. How about we just stop coming for people who are sharing their own thoughts and how they feel and what's going on in their heads? Because it's going to get you views. It's going to get you attention. It's going to bring people to your video because I'm sharing my experience. I share the struggle I face in my day-to-day life when I feel comfortable sharing it. And ironically enough, Anthony's series is like, oh, I understand like what they're going through. Like I have my own a different case of it. I have a different way of living with it. And I'm going to share it because I thought it was kind of cool to see it in like that format. So like to turn around and be like, see people who actually have it. Like that's so degrading, hurtful, disrespectful, ignorant, misogynistic. And I'm sorry, just because I'm not on your series, like, so you have to come for me and you have to be the white knight because it's cool now to hate on me for it. I get that I'm that crazy one on YouTube. We always have problems with everybody. That's fine. If that's what people want to like label us as, oh, it's just a crazy bitch, or we Trisha because it's cool to hate. I don't care. I've always spoke my truth. When it comes to me, my mental health, my personal space, my personal boundaries, how I feel, I'll always talk about me. I'll never stop sharing about how I feel. And if people come for me, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm so tired of people being like, oh, because I stand up for myself, I'm a crazy bitch and I have problems with everybody. If you make something public about me, like I'm gonna respond. That's YouTube. And vice versa. If I talk about someone, I'm not gonna be like, wow, like, why would you respond to that? Like, it's fine. And if you want to like say I'm crazy and hate on me, that is, it's fine. But I'm not going to stand for that. I'm not going to stand for someone telling me how I feel, what's in my head, what's my thoughts in my heart, what I have to deal with, the relationships that I've ruined and destroyed, and people's lives I destroyed because of my illnesses not have only hindered me in life, it destroyed my relationships, it's destroyed any chances of people getting close to me. My own family relationships, it's not fun. It's not easy. And I think it's very, very clear and apparent that I struggle with something and people go in and out of my life for a very good reason. And it's not them. Spoiler alert, it's me. And that I wish I could control and I just can't. And anytime I've gone to a doctor and I've talked about this, a therapist, psychotherapist, psychiatrist, I was in a f***ing mental hospital last year, for sake. Every single person tells me the same thing. They don't write a fucking prescription and say, this is exactly what you have. They all tell me I have traits. I have traits of borderline personality disorder. I had traces of DID. I have traits of multiple personality disorder. I've had traits of schizophrenia. I have symptoms of all of those things. They don't write down a piece of paper and say, this is what you got. D classes for BBD, but that doesn't mean I'm full-fledged borderline. This is what every therapist has told me. This is what every doctor has told me. It's just so disgusting to be like, well, get diagnosed first. Like, have a doctor. I don't need to tell anybody concrete proof evidence. This is what I have. I don't need to go into detail of what I've talked about with doctors and stuff like that. I'm telling you my experience, take it for what it is or not. And the thing is, yeah, people can have comments. Like, that's the thing. I was going to ignore the comments. Even the girl who did the video, I'm like, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But my main problem was with Anthony and putting that I'm trash for talking about it, for being open, because he gave the platform of making me feel like I had a safe space to talk about this, and then mocked me or said I mocked instantly and that I'm trash, and then used it to promote his video. That's what I have the issue with, and I think that's the lowest form, and that's the most disgusting piece of shit. Anyone else can have any opinion of me they want. That's, it really is fine. And even if he had that opinion of me, it's fine. But you gave me that platform to have that open space, and you made it feel like it's okay to talk about this stuff, and that it's that you, of all people on the internet, would be the least judgmental about this. And now you're promoting to all your followers that you just did this on, that I'm trash. Or telling me, I guess, his girlfriend, also posted a reaction video of them watching and rolling their eyes to my video. I don't know this girl. She's a YouTuber. I don't know anything about her. I don't know if she's talking about mental health. I don't know anything. I followed Anthony, so I know what he stands for. But you're really going to put my video on blast and roll your eyes at me? It's like, that video was actually so scary to post, because the truth of the matter is, people with mental illness are looked at as crazy. People are terrified when they date me. Like, by the end of it, they don't want to be around me because I do switch personalities so quickly. And if that's something you want to roll your eyes at and mock, you're disgusting too. Point, you guys are just... Okay, Anthony did the video. He's trying to stick up for his video. That is really serious. And I said multiple times that I'm not trying to be disrespectful, that this is something that I deal with. It's something that I felt comfortable with finally. I gave credit to that video. It just makes me sad. And it's sad. It's sad because they can bully because they have the numbers and they're well liked, and I'm not, and I'm known as like a troll, and it's easy to just someone who everyone already hates. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna call me trash, tell me what my mental health is, and roll your eyes at me, maybe next time at mentioning me. Otherwise, you guys just look like cowards and little schoolboys just trying to be cool to your audiences. It's pathetic. I haven't trolled on serious topics since probably 2010. I don't. It's not cool. I've said it time and time again how disgusted I was with myself back then when I was fucking 24. I've become, me and myself have become an advocate for people who deal with mental illness, who deal with not being able to control their mind and their reactions, and it just boggles my mind that people still will be like, oh, well, it's cool to hate Trisha, let's just mock her. Instead of being like, oh, this person might be struggling with something, give the benefit of the doubt. Because guess what, if someone's like, hey, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're looking for attention, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, let's get you help, let's support this person. But end of the day, I'm just glad that these people who care so deeply about spreading awareness for mental health, DID, multiple personality disorder, are profiting off of it. They're making reaction videos and promoting their videos for it off my story and my struggle. Well, I guess that's good. Just keep getting views. That's what it's about, right? Cool. I call myself crazy. People call me crazy. I call other people crazy. It's the internet. I'm not mocking her. I'm not discounting her. I was like, oh, I watched that. I think it's crazy. Maybe people are watching this like, oh, Trisha's crazy. I am. I'm very self-aware. Admittedly, I've been 5150 for being crazy. I went to a mental hospital and I called it the crazy house. And I say the people there were crazy, including myself. Anthony, keep playing the white knight. You guys are really cute, rolling your eyes. Love that. What I do when I see someone that has clearly something wrong with them, I either reach out, offer support, offer places to get help, or keep my mouth, not promote my video and roll my eyes with my girl. I've talked about DID before. I talked about I had it. I talked about Marilyn had it. I talked about it on a show on Reel's channel. It was called It Happened Here. It was the Marilyn Monroe episode. I'm on Zuma Beach. I can't find it right now, but I'm sure someone's able to track it down. I'm sure it's on demand or something somewhere. I've talked about this before. It's not a joke. It's not a bandwagon thing. I talked about having traits of DID and multiple personality disorder. And specifically DID. I've talked about it not that much because to me, it's embarrassing. To me, I know people think I'm crazy when I bring it up. But look it up, it's on Reels. It happened here at the Marilyn Monroe episode. I specifically mentioned the illness and my having it, Marilyn having it, and how it affects your life. So, alright, that's it. And newsflash, Anthony, just because you did one series about a topic that you exploited, doesn't mean you're the gatekeeper for who has it, who doesn't, who can talk about it, and who can't. And that goes for disassociated DID. I didn't see her video. I just know people were offended that I called her crazy, you know. You're on YouTube talking about it. That's just how it is. You could say I'm Mother Teresa and people are gonna have their opinions about it. But because you have something, or you're diagnosed with something, or you have traits of something, you're not the gatekeeper. You don't get to decide who can talk about it and who can't. You don't get to decide who suffers from what. You don't get to decide how I feel and what's in my mind. You just don't.
What are your thoughts on Trisha's response? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.